Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's CJ. Today we're going to install this pitcher pump. We need water for our gardens, for our chickens, and so we bought this pitcher pump. I think I got it at Lehman's, and we're getting ready to install this. Alright, so last night I glued my pipe together. This is 1.25 inches, and I've got my threaded fitting here on the end to screw into the bottom of the pump. As you can see though, this lid here for the well, it's old, and what I don't like about it, it's real light, so it can be taken off easy. And with the girls, I want something that's heavier. So I'm going to go ahead and make another lid. Alright, we're going to give the lid a little bit more time to dry. In the meantime, I'm going to take off this old one. And then I want to give you a little shot of what this well looks like. Now this is good water. It's been tested, and there is a water line that goes through the yard and to the house. So we're going to hook into that later. We need to redo the plumbing on that system. But it is good water. My neighbor across the hill, he drinks from the well. That's all he has, so it is good water. But let me go ahead and get the camera, and I'll try to get the GoPro too to show you down in this well. Alright, so our lid is dry, so we're going to try to get it into place. Like I said, this is pretty heavy, so the girls won't be able to mess with it, and that ought to work just fine. Now these are two 5-foot section pieces of pipe, so it's 10 foot, which is going to give me plenty to get down into the water. I could have added another extension onto this and maybe another one after that. I'm not sure how deep this well is, but this is going to be about 3 foot under the water, so it's going to be good enough. So I'm going to stick this down in there. Okay, that's what I was hoping. Perfect. Now we're going to take our pump and just use the threads and get it on the fitting there. Okay, it's about as tight as I can get it by hand. I'm going to stick a couple screws in here just to mount it in place so it doesn't move around on us here. Okay, there we go. So now we need to prime this pump. What I'm going to do is get a cup of water, pour it down in here till it comes out the spout, and then wait for the leather to swell up inside the pump, and then we'll take some short strokes and it should be pumping. Alright, just going to pour water in here to the top until it comes out this spout here. Okay, now we'll just let that sit for a few minutes, and then we'll take short strokes and should be able to get some water out of it. How about that? Now we can water the gardens and the chickens.
Why don't we give that to the chickens right now?
There you go. Teamwork. Hey.
It's getting easier.
Yeah, once you get that water flowing.
Is that good enough?
Yeah, you don't have to fill it all the way up. It'll be easier for you if it's not all the way full.
Let's go water the milk. Let it to me and you can take care of it.
Now I know I had other options that I could have used to pump water out of this well, but did you see how much fun the girls had pumping that? I knew they would. Plus I like the old time feel of a pitcher pump, so that's why we went with that. So while we're on the subject of water, I'm going to go ahead. I think we're done with our final freeze of the year. Here we are in the middle of May, and it almost got to freezing last night. But I think we're ready to go ahead and put the gravity-fed watering system back in service. What I do, if you don't know, last year I built this chicken coop and I put a steel roof on it. That way I can catch rainwater in this gutter, and from this gutter I'll connect this pipe and it goes through here into this barrel. I don't know if you can see it or not. And at the barrel, at the bottom, we have our watering cups. I'll show you here in a minute. Right now we're going to go ahead and put the gutter back together that goes back into the barrel. Last fall when I took this apart, there's a hole here where the gutter goes in, and that hole wasn't plugged off, and I forgot about it, and something got inside the run here and killed 3 of our chicks that we had been raising. So what I'm doing now is taking off this hardware cloth that I put on to cover up that hole. And once the gutter's back in there, nothing will be able to get in through that hole again. I was working on the chicken coop and found this old boy out here sunbathing in the garden. There he goes. Go kill some mice, buddy. Alright, so to filter out all the junk and stuff, I use an old piece of a t-shirt. I tried this last year and it does work very, very well. Just put it over top of there. Now I can sink that down in there. And that'll catch all the junk coming out of this gutter. And there we have it. Now we'll just collect the rainwater. It'll get filtered. And I'll show you where it comes out in the cups if you haven't seen that before. So Kelsey let the Americana chicks come in here today with the rest of them. They seem to be doing just fine. We've had them underneath this coop, separated from the other chickens for the past couple months. And it helps introduce them to each other, and it seems to be working out just fine. So here's my barrel that I catch the water in. And then I got it piped in the bottom. It comes out the bottom, and it comes in these cups. And then they just tap these yellow things with their beaks and water comes out. So I'm going to shut this valve here. So now when it rains, this barrel can fill up and they will have water there instead of this little pot that we've been using all winter. Alright, so just a short catch-up video, we'll call it today. I've been working so much. These are 2 jobs that I wanted to get done. So now we have water for the gardens, for the chickens, and then we got the watering system hooked back up. So we're good to go there. I've got to say, I am so thankful that I built this chicken coop last year. The way lumber prices are this year, this would have cost a fortune. It cost a good bit anyway. And I feel so bad because there's so many of you that have been asking me what I've done, how did I save plywood, and where did I get the roofing, all that stuff. And I feel so bad for you people because I know this is not cheap to make or buy anymore. One guy asked me if I could draw all the plans out, and I said that would be easier said than done because I can't remember all the details of what I did to build this thing. But like I said, I feel bad for everybody, so if people needed that, I would try. I know it would take a lot of time, but I would try to make those plans. But like I said, I feel so bad for people right now. People building houses, people that want to build chicken coops, projects at the house. It's just insane. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. That helps share it around YouTube. And if you like the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it.